Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest is a Christian recording artist, a filmmaker who recently released the video for his very timely single, Fight Another Day. The song is featured on his debut album, A Perfect Mess. He joins us tonight. Please help me welcome Rhyan, Lamarr. Welcome to the show.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Man, despite everything that's going on, I woke up today. I'm still standing.
Yeah. That's
still to fight another day, man. So
I was going to ask you because I know we're going through this global pandemic, and on top of that, we have the protests and the riots and the police brutality, which seems to be happening, a new case every week. How are you doing as a black man in America? How are you feeling right now?
how about this? It seems to be a new case every week that they actually are giving.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could talk to you. I don't even know you, and I know that you have probably experienced yourself or seen or been witness to pretty much probably all the stuff we've been seeing. You know, so we're conditioned, unfortunately, to rise above it. We've been doing it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Because now the protest, for me, I think it's a perfect storm of, us being quarantined at home, and then us seeing George Floyd get murdered on video. And I think the fact that we see so many people protesting in black, white, Hispanic, et cetera, and then you're seeing it worldwide. Do you think there will be a change this time because it is so much more prevalent, it seems to be?
Yes. We're already seeing it. While we have the spotlight on us, we're starting to see a couple of things changed. Obviously you've heard, people saying, like, just because we've gotten this Breonna Taylor law passed, but a lot of these officers are still walking the streets. There's officers that are still that were reassigned to other cases and things like that. So I think that it is shining the right spotlight on Black lives. It's also waking people up that not only do we protest in the streets, but we also protest by electing officials, electing people in office that can actually make a change.
Exactly.
Not focusing so much on our presidential race, our puppet race, but putting people in to actually pass these laws, so that when an officer does let's keep it real, does murder somebody, they don't get hit with everything that all the in the traps that you can't just fire a police officer. This is the first time in a long time that we've seen officers fired.
Right away.
Because of the protesting, it's because of people have. Normally there was, back in the day, was not that people weren't educated, but people have started to educate themselves more quicker. And I cell phone, call it Google, whatever you want to do, but people are waking up other people quicker. You know what I mean? You have to use your mind and not just listen to what people are telling you. And people are starting to say, well, yeah, that ain't right. That don't make no sense. I can't tell you how many people done hit me up this week apologizing, right? And you got to kind of take it, because some people are waking up right now like, I had no idea. And you're like, man.
It's like, where you been, living on a rock? Right. But I do think, some people, they are just confused. Like last night, I couldn't sleep. I was on the Stephen Knight Show Instagram page, and I was reading some of the comments, which I usually don't do. I read the comments, and there were a lot of white people who kept pointing out, you all keep talking about Black Lives Matter, but you all have so much black on black crime. And I hate when people use that comparison, because those are two different issues, I believe. And it all stems from systemic issues within this country.
Yeah, yes. I feel that there's always room to educate. It goes back to if you've ever read the autobiography of Malcolm X, one of the few things that he said he regrets in his bio is there was a white girl that traveled miles and miles over, with him to ask what could she do, and he told her nothing, because she'll never understand the struggle of the Black man, and he said he regretted that. because it's probably something she could do.
Right. Exactly.
To the comment about that excuse that always comes up. Yeah, what about the black on black crime? Yeah. What about the black on black crime? That's
right.
That's an issue in itself. Yeah, why aren't we marching when we kill each other?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother thing. We the same energy we give, in the streets when these officers gun down is the same energy that we should give when we're gunning down. But that's a different thing.
It's two different issues. That's what I say.
Yeah. And they're not, and obviously, it's not getting the coverage, and that's a whole nother thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it goes back to what you were saying about systemic racism. About it's just a lot of things are systemic. Even the fact of us in our communities.
Yeah.
And not supporting one another a lot. And breaking that mindset. But that's a mindset that was put on us by the oppressor. But when do we wake up? It's a gray area, man.
No, it is. I think these conversations that we're having, in these times, I think it's deepening the conversation, and more people are getting involved. And they may not even understand the plight because that's not their experience. But I think it's bringing out a lot of things. Like you see, Aunt Jemima, Kellogg's pulled them, and Uncle Ben, they're pulling them. You know what I mean? It's like deep rooted. That's how deep rooted it is. Aunt Jemima had been around for 130 some years.
What do you feel about that? I know you asked me the question, but what do you feel about that when you said
when I saw it this morning, I'm thinking, okay, but I do get it. I do get it, but I think that we can't be distracted. And I do appreciate companies. A lot of companies have been coming out. I went on Amazon the other day and they had this whole Black Lives Matter section, like just on the front page. And a lot of companies have been coming out and donating money to the cars. And like, I know when the protests first started, I got a lot of emails from, merchants, which I think is a good thing. Someone said, I hope it's sincere. I don't care if it's sincere. At least you're saying something. You're acknowledging it. Like even a lot of companies now, they're acknowledging Juneteenth was going to be this Friday. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I think that's good. But I think that we can't. I think if we lose sight of the biggest issue or one of the bigger issues, then like an Aunt Jemima is gonna you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I mean, I get it. Trust me, I get it, and I appreciate Kellogg wanting to be sensitive to it, but. If we do that, we're gonna have a lot of changes.
I had the same thing. I was like, okay,
man,
we've been looking at this woman, pouring our syrup all this time, but I'll take it. Like you said, I'll take it. But
right, yeah.
But now we gotta hit the kernel. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole bunch of things we're gonna have to.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's a lot of things we're gonna have to, hit.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, let's talk about you. So you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Tell me about your childhood. Or growing up in Chicago?
I mean, one of them childhoods, bro, that you didn't know you was poor until you got older.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and my dad, they didn't make it work on the relationship side, but my father and my mother still raised us. I have a little brother and a little sister.
Okay.
And still raised us, as if, they were still together. And the older I get, the more I realize how much that was not the case for a lot of other people.
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel weird when I say, yeah, my dad coming to the game, or like my dad took me here, or my dad took me here. And I started being like, look, that's something that I should say,
Yeah.
My father was there because I thought I was making other people feel bad, but my pops, man, put it this way, I think I only know 2-3 other people that I grew up with whose fathers actually stayed in their life past 10, 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? So my childhood was humble, I don't regret any of it. Saw a lot of death, but I also saw a lot of people rise up, through the struggle and become great men and great women today. So, I mean, I used to, just like any kid, man, play around, get in trouble,
right?
Mess with the wrong people for a while, learned. I actually learned when people started dying. I should probably switch up who I'm chilling with.
Yeah.
fell in love with music and film, and and that was my escape.
I was gonna ask you. So, how did you fall in love with? Because music and film. I want to get that clear. Music and film. When did you fall in love with those? Was it simultaneously, or did one lead to the other?
No, man, music has always been my passion. Fourth grade, man, I was in the back of the school bus writing, writing rhymes and stuff like that. And I grew up listening to Bone Thugs-n-Harmony and Pac and Biggie, Michael Jackson. What Diddy and Andre Harrell were doing over at Uptown, and then Bad Boy, just that whole fusion, Dungeon Family, like just all that, rich music in like the late 80s and 90s, which was, I think, still to me, I think it was the best time for rap. I'm not gonna say hip hop, best time for rap.
Yeah.
And I, of course, if I listened to those artists, I was watching their videos. You know what I mean? So I was, waiting for that 7 o'clock MTV.
Yeah.
With Michael Jackson. I was waiting for that Crossroads premiere the first time I saw it.
Right.
And so I started to associate the music with the music videos, and like I wanted to, emulate people I was seeing, and so I wanted to shoot these music videos so it could fit my music. So my ideas were always bigger than what I could do, but I always used to try to get them done.
Yeah.
And what I realized as I started getting older is that folks like Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Michael Jackson, like Janet Jackson, they were creating experiences both through their music and their visuals.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure all them artists I mentioned, you see a video pop in their head.
Yep. Exactly.
Stuck in your mind. And I was like, man, I want to do that. That's what I want to do right there. There was the one video that did it for me. Was The Roots featuring Erykah Badu. Video at the end when Black Thought wakes, realizes that he's dying and everybody else is alive. I was like, and that was told in 3.5 minutes. I was like, yo, that's what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I just gravitated towards. I'll never forget the moment I saw that video and I was like, there it is.
Wow.
Man. And so it went from that to just understanding that I needed to start to study, and so it's either you have the gift musically,
right,
or you don't. You can learn, but it's a gift and then there's talent.
That's true.
And I always kind of being just gravitating and being a sponge and being a curator. At the end of the day, like I'm a curator more than I am a producer.
Okay.
So, and I'm a curator on the film side and the music side. Whether if you see my film Canal Street, you have all these different actors in it. You know what I'm saying? If you see A Perfect Mess, you see all these different artists in it. And so that's not by like, happenstance, that's on purpose. Because I like people together and unifying that, and then unifying the sounds, unifying the stories, just, and then it just becomes this mesh. And then I realized that just being a storyteller, I could do both.
Yeah, I was reading when you said about your debut album, Perfect Mesh. You said, it took me a whole life to make one album, but the album is my whole life. What do you mean by that?
Being, as transparent as I can, man, I was a bad dude. Like, like I was not, my ego had gotten the best of me. I was motivated by myself. I was motivated by money. I was not, my motives were all in the wrong spot. And that sidelined me to the place where I was homeless,
Yeah, I read that.
I was going to get a second chance at anything. And God had to humble me. God had to remove everything from me. And I mean, it was a mess, but it was perfectly orchestrated.
Right.
It happened for me to lose everything, to put God first. And then as soon as it, not like, oh, okay, God, I put you first. Okay, give me back.
Right. Exactly.
2 years of putting me first. 2 years of forgetting you're a filmmaker, forgetting you used to do music. 2 years of just struggling in LA, living on the streets, living in a U-Haul van. That's a short version of it. To then humbly, slowly starting to get it back, to realize that it was always about God. I lost my way. And the only thing that I can explain is that was a perfect mess. And in fact, as soon as I clicked, as soon as I got it, was like, bam, all right, cool, let's go. All right, we're gonna do this movie now.
Yeah.
Street now. All right, now you're gonna start doing music. Now it's just like, that was something I should have I should have never even slipped that far. I tell people like, you ain't got to go as low as I did to get it.
Right. Yeah.
Most definitely. I was like, he's 25. I was like, look, good. You learn that lesson right now.
Exactly. Learning while you're young. Learning while you're young.
32. And I was like, yeah, you know, and I kicked myself because I could have been here already because this was already planned for my life.
Yeah, but I don't think he's even kicking yourself for it because you probably wouldn't have got it the way you have it now if you didn't go through those experiences. You know what I mean?
No. But I always tell people, you ain't got to jump off the 30th floor.
Right. You ain't gotta go that far, right?
You ain't got to go that extreme, you know, because I can tell you other stories where I say, yeah, I probably should have paid attention then.
Right, yeah. Well, you're here now. You got the perfect mess out, and you have some very some high featured people on there. You got Charlamagne the God, you got Sway, John McReynolds, I love him, Twista, Social Club, Memphis. So how'd you work those collaborations, and what made you want to work with those people?
Charlamagne and Sway, I met Charlamagne because Charlamagne's in Canal Street. So, you know, if you know Charlamagne, once he gets what you're trying to do, he supports Black voices, literally.
Yeah.
And then Sway, I met him when I was doing the press run for Canal Street.
Okay.
And, you know, he supported me. I thought I was going to talk on Sway for 10 minutes. He gave me 45 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
And told me to come back. And so, you know, those type of voices, because putting an album together, and I don't care anybody tell me, you know, now you got to do the 5 songs and whatever. Listen, I don't listen to none of that stuff. I just
you said you had no rules. You just went in there and went with the vibe.
Do something different. Do something. You know, nobody told me I was going to be here tomorrow.
Right.
You know, I'm sitting on this music, you know, on my hard drive. Like, why am I doing that? We got way more songs than that, but it's just like we were going to create music and call out to these artists, reach out to Twista. You know, met Twista through Head Crack. Shout out to Head Crack. You know, and Brat was in Head Crack, Brat, Ricky Smiley, Gary, they're all in Canal Street. So, you know, so I was able to reach out to Brat. Brat jumped on. Then I was like, man, it'd be dope if Twista could get on because I ain't never heard y'all on a song together.
Yeah.
You know, so fun for me to just kind of, you know, relive, you know, a childhood dream of mine to just work with them. And again, man, just have fun. Why can't I put Social Club Misfits and Brat and Twista on the same album as with Jonathan McReynolds and Charlamagne and, you know what I'm saying? Just have fun. Shirley Murdoch, just, you know. And so, you know, that was the plan, man. Look, just let's go in the lab, let's vibe. And when it feels like it's done, it's done. Yeah. Well,
you recently put out the video, like we said, for Fight Another Day, and you have star-studded in there too on that track. And it's the perfect song for right now. It's a Black Lives Matter protest song in video. And I watched the video, I listened to the song, loved it all. Tell us about why you wanted to put that song. I already know, but for the the listeners and viewers, why you wanted to put that type of song and the process and getting those people and working on that song together.
So sadly, man, this song shouldn't be relevant. I'm gonna tell you why. Other than the obvious,
right?
Other than the obvious, if Sam Cooke made the same song decades ago.
Yeah.
We made this song over a year ago. Video was shot. And I was, real talk, we were going to drop something else. And this was like, there's nothing else for me to drop right now.
Right, yeah.
And so I hit up my editor and I was like, yo, let's just release Fight Another Day. But unfortunately, let's swap out, Eric Garner with George Floyd.
Yeah.
Out, because it's a revolving door. So sadly, we wrote the song for a different time, but it was still the time. Because again, we in this interview, this ain't nothing new.
Right.
It's like we wrote it 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we didn't write it 2 weeks ago.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know. How are you staying, we talk about this on the show all the time. How are you staying sane during these times? I mean, when you can literally look at someone that looks like us get killed on TV, and in many cases, nothing's done about it. Now we're starting to see change thanks to the protests. Mm-hmm. But just the whole racial divide that we grew up with, but it's worldwide that everyone is is speaking out against it. Then you have the people that are, you know, that are white lives matter, all lives matter. You have those people. How are you keeping sane during everything that we're going through?
I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you know, maybe like it really hit me the first time I saw it. The first time a cop roughed me up in the back of his police car. The first time I had guns drawn on me when I walked out of Walgreens because they said I fit the description of a robbery going on. You know, the first time I got cut. Man, listen, I can go stories, man. But I think that the question is how have we been able to progress, to stay creative, to stay sane during stuff that was normalized?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, stuff that, like, you know, when somebody turn the radio on in a car and start looking at the rear view, what are they doing?
Checking for police.
You know what I'm saying? Well, exactly. Like you know what I'm saying? So we're already conditioned.
Yeah.
So it's sad. But we can't. I've never been a person to dwell in it. You know, look, I got cousins that have been murdered. You know what I mean? Just like this, you have to. I always tell myself, look, there's a reason why I'm here. Right. There's a reason why God gave me a voice, and I'm not using it shame on me, because I can tell you at least 5 people that come to mind that I know personally that aren't here anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And so when we see somebody that looks like us, I actually see the people that I've already known pass away. When I see, and it takes me back to what I've already gotten over, you know. And you know, Philando Castile, like when I saw that was my last video. You know, and I remember waking up, seeing that on my timeline, like not really knowing, and I was just like, I ain't trying to see that.
Right.
I don't watch stuff when it's fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and so it took me a minute to watch the George Floyd video. And I wanted to make sure that I was still tapped in and I wasn't getting numb.
Right. Exactly. Because you can get numb. We can get numb by seeing these same images. It becomes like routine almost.
Because murder porn, man.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like you know you have to use it. You have to use that you feel, and you have to use it to energize you to get up and not only march, you know, but move with reason, move with a reason. And it reminds me of what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And
right. Good. And speaking of which, you're working on your next film. And that's Sean Bell's story, who was another unarmed Black man that was killed by the NYPD. Yes. Why obviously, you know, it's something we keep talking about, but why was this one that you wanted to take on?
So we're not bandwagon people. We've been working on Red Gorilla Entertainment is my production company. We've been working with the Bell family for 2 years. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like people have, you jumping on the Sean Bell now? No, we've been working on the story. Just come out of the woodworks.
And you're working with the family, which I think is great. Yeah, involving them.
It was important to me because, so I saw Fruitvale Station, loved it, loved what Rhyan did. I'm a fan of Rhyan. Yeah. And I said, okay, we've told that story now. The day in the life of a regular dude that was rough around the edges, that didn't deserve to die. Right. We've seen that, okay? And now it's time to see it from the cop side. Because how do we change? Create the mirror for them cops to look in. Yeah, it's true. Because I was like, look, I don't want to do the movie about a Black kid that didn't deserve to die, that got shot 50 times. That's excessive, first of all. And the work that we do, we don't want to create work that when you leave the theater, you're ready to burn it down. Right, yeah. If you want to, we want, you know, if you've been hearing Be the Change You Want to See, literally though, we want to create the change that we want to see. And so, not that we condone anything. Right, exactly. That those officers did to Sean that night. You know, and, you know, but the story would stop here for most people. Sean gets shot at 50 times with his 2 other friends the day before his wedding, and that's and that right there, that's how AMCs get burned down. Yeah. Yep. And so, but the story is that the parents were able to forgive the man, one of the officers that fired the first 11 times. The people the bullets that actually killed their son.
Right.
I saw that and I said, that's what I need to tell. That's the story I want to tell. Because I don't know if I could do that.
That'd be hard for anyone to do.
You know, and to meet them and to know and to see that they can still laugh in the middle of talking about their son that was murdered, and to see just the humility that they have and the love they have for God, like that is where, you know, and those are the type of stories that you want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to feel inspired at the end, you know. Yeah. I really enjoyed this conversation with you. I mean, I want to let them know again, fight another day. Go on YouTube right now. There's a link in this bio, but check out the video. Powerful message. Do you know when Sean Bell will be coming out? Do you have a time frame?
We're working on it. You're going to be seeing some stuff pretty soon.
Okay.
We got a great cast coming together for it. We're going to tell a great story, an American story of progress, struggle, and survive. And just looking forward to that. There's going to be some great music that's going to come out of that too.
Oh, I know that.
Looking forward to that, man. Really. Fight Another Day is out. It's on the Perfect Mess album. That is out, streaming on all platforms. Right?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. So where can everyone keep up with you and, you know, stay in the know?
You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Rhyan Lamarr. That's RHYAN LAMARR, and on Twitter at Lamarr Rhyan. And you know, go on YouTube right now. If you're looking at this, search my name, Rhyan Lamarr. Check out. We have a lot of amazing content, a lot of amazing visuals and music videos that we're proud of. And keep rocking with me. If you want to feel uplifted during this time, we created stuff for that. We also create stuff to make you feel uncomfortable, to make you check yourself, including myself. So God bless you, man. Thank you for giving me the time, man.
Most definitely. And again, our thanks goes out to Rhyan Lamarr, Rhyan Lamarr for joining us tonight. For more information, go to our website at StephenKnightShow.com. We'll be right back after this.
Cool, man. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Oh, absolutely.